back to Sushi LIVENODING. Today I'm gonna be showing you how I created this kind of design, or kind of like a creature or dragon scale or like a worm. It's made of spiral, and the spiral involve pi. And because today is the 14th of March, it's a happy Pi day. We're gonna make this kind of spiral. So we have two different spiral. Anyway, we don't need to worry about the formula. Everything is handled by Vertex. And also for the instancing, we use geometry nodes. So it's really quite simple to create. It's just gonna take you a few minutes. Yeah, for the spiral. So let's go backward. Actually, we have a lot of instances, and each instance is just a spiral made of a cylinder that has been twisted. So this is a cylinder I start with, and then I change the size, and I make it rotating in spiral after I move it slightly. So there's a lot of things that you can create simply by modifying all these attributes. So originally it's just like a cylinder that's being instanced. In the past, I've been trying to do something like this, but using extrusion. But this time, I'm just using instance. So with the instance, it's a lot easier. As for the cylinder, I make it spiraling simply by changing the point position. So I actually started with a point positions. Maybe this is easier if I draw it. So this is, I'm using Grease Pencil. So this is how I started with, right? Just a spiral curve. However, with the spiral curve, I'm also using a bevel curve. So I have a circle. I could make like a spiral and then extrude it along this guy. So it's gonna look even crazier, but for now it's a circle, and I just apply it to this guy. So it's become like a cylinder that's rotating, spiraling. And then on top of that, I also twist the cylinder. So it's kind of twisting over here somewhere. So this is actually twisting. If I zero it out, it's just like a normal cylinder. But I'm also twisting it, maybe twisting it 1440 angle. So now it's looking really quite bizarre, like a real creatures. Okay. And then I also use this diamond mesh. So for the mesh of the cylinder, instead of like a normal cylinder, I twist it, and then now it's kind of a diamond shape because I use this diamond mesh node. So let me summarize. So spiral, there are all kind of spiral that I can use. I can increase the turning. Let's just leave it to 3 for now. I can control a lot of things, including the height of the spiral. Yeah, so that's just making this line, and then it's become like a cylinder, like something with a form. So I'm using cubic spline and evaluate curves to have full control over the resolution of our spiraling creatures. Bevel a curve, actually resample it one more time over here. So yeah, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So let's go continue. The output is this beta objects, and beta object is the one that's I'm working on with geometry nodes. Gamma objects that's hidden is the other cylinder, twisting cylinder. Torus, we don't really use torus. So if I select beta, we can see this. This is super simple. Just align the rotations to vector. However, the points, because we already have a lot of points to instance the objects, we simply instance our spiral cylinder into our spiral form, and then I simply instance gamma. The one that's really doing the hard job is probably this align rotation to vector, but most of the job here, Vertex already handle everything. You can definitely do everything just using geometry nodes and maybe using other modifier like a screw modifier. It's very similar. Align rotations. Okay, this is the funky stuff. Align rotations in X, Y, and Z. Z, I believe Z is the normal because the cylinder is going up in the axis. So see, originally the instance just going up like that, pointing up, because I told it, okay, just follow the normal of the Vertex Normal. So it's following the Vertex Normal. That's why we get this design. I know it's actually really simple, but still something to try yourself. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I want to show you. You can play around with all these cylinder presets if you like. This one, if we scale it just right, it's become like a housing for a snail creature or something. The cool thing about geometry nodes is that this is, like I said, this is a real mesh. It can be turned into a real mesh, despite it's actually already really fast over here. You can just remesh it. Once you remesh it, it's gonna merge all the volume into a single object. You just need to increase the resolutions, and then you want to also change the smoothing. It's becoming something that you can sculpt. Although, of course, topology is going to be messed up, but if you are just doing like a 3D printing, let me go even higher resolution. Yeah, all right. Now it's super high res. Oh, actually, but if you're happy with this, you just go F3, convert to mesh. Oh yeah, every now and then I choose the wrong one. There, that should work. If that doesn't work, you go to File, Export as Alembic. That should basically bake the instance objects, everything into a single mesh. You can now delete everything, basically. You don't need spare chop, you don't need any nodes. This is basically something you can print out, or you can further sculpt. Well, okay, this object seems to have the wireframe showing. Okay. Turn on ambient occlusions. Quite nice. If you go to sculpt mode, this is just like a normal mesh. You can further play around with this. Try a snake hook and try making like a spiral. Okay, and at this point I'm just marking around, but anyway, you get the idea. So the whole process, how you create you start with an idea, spiral, okay, and you look at example in the nature, spiral creatures, and then you make something like this. All right, thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.